My name is Karl Deutsch. I'm a graphic designer, and this segment is on how to use PostScript fonts. Okay, PostScript fonts are generally the overall standard for fonts these days. They're open type fonts as well. They're all basically cross-platform between Mac and PC. The beauty of PostScript fonts is you can blow them up as large as you'd like or as small as you'd like without any image decline or anything. So you can make them really small if you can read well, or really large if you can't. Billboards, for instance, if you're blowing something up where the letter A is going to be 1.5 feet tall, you want it to be nice and clear. So that's the beauty of PostScript fonts. There are several different programs to manage your fonts with InDesign. You don't want to have too many fonts open at one time because it will slow your machine down a little. So you want to have some sort of a font manager to turn things on and off. Again, just to keep things moving faster, not slowing you down, because speed is key when it comes to graphic design. So what I'm going to do is open an InDesign document. I'm just going to use the default letter setting because the design isn't so important here. It's just how to use the fonts. So beginning in InDesign, I'll just draw a simple text box and just type in, this is a PostScript font, and spells PostScript correctly. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in on that. This is just a simple 12-point times, nothing special. I can either increase the font here, or a faster way to do it is to use keyboard shortcuts, which is a huge time-saving tool in InDesign. So that is basically done by holding down Shift Command and the period, which will make it larger. Shift Command, comma, makes it smaller. Shift Option Command makes it larger and smaller in larger increments. I believe this is in 10-point increments, which you can change your preferences in InDesign to however you might want it. You can have it in half-point increments if you'd like. There's other ways to boost the size and shrink the size. Again, holding down Shift, Option, Command. You can just grab the corners of the boxes and it makes it larger. So there's a lot of different options, a lot of different ways to size your text. Double-clicking down here in this bottom right-hand corner will trim the box to right up to the edge of the fonts that's included within it. This helps keep things out of your way. If you have a box that only has this much information in it, and it's that large, and you have something layered behind it, and you want to grab that, you're going to keep running into that box in front of it. So that helps to kind of keep things out of the way, is to trim those boxes up. So with these fonts, when you're packaging the documents and sending them over, if someone is going to make alterations to it, you want to be sure to include the font files. So don't forget to do that. Otherwise, they'll open it and this font won't load properly and it won't look right. So it's especially important with longer documents where you have pages and pages of text, and it can cause a reflow. So PostScript fonts are great. I'm glad we have them. Open type fonts are kind of the future, and they're going to start coming through more and more with different glyphs, different cross platforms. It's really a pretty amazing software. PostScript fonts are a font technology, I guess, that instead of using the font as sort of an image, it's almost more of a vector-based image, so it's scalable to very large or very small sizes. The curves on the bowls of the D's and the B's and the nice curved edges on some of the fonts will appear nice and clean and crisp at any size. This wouldn't be true with raster images. So if it's like a JPEG and it's this big and you want to blow it up to this big, you're going to lose some image quality. With fonts, you don't lose that image quality. It's much like an illustration. My name is Karl Deutsch. I'm a graphic designer, and that segment was on how to use PostScript fonts.